The scene opened with the battle being over. They wheeled Hunter into his bedroom where Jason was sitting. And at first, Jason really didn't seem moved by any of what was going on. Then he was like, "Dad, that's the most badass thing that I've seen you do since we've been here in the White House." So that part impressed him. Hunter had blood all over his little blanket. And of course, Isaac was overly concerned, but Jason was like, this is not his blood. And in this moment, Jason was proud of Hunter. He assured Jason that he was now on his side, and then they dapped it up. Then we make it upstairs to the other side of things, and Eli is so concerned about Victoria. He wanted to make sure that she was okay before he even checked on his own wife. And Simone is acting all over dramatic. "You checked on her first." I'm like, girl, shut up. You already know what's going on. Like, at this point, nothing should be surprising to her about her Boy Scout husband. Then Victoria wanted to know if she was that insecure. See, this part right here. And Simone is over here crying. Like crying real tears. I just really think it's time for her to move on, so to speak. Then Max told everybody to calm down because they're not really in the clear yet. Then here comes Priscilla. And Victoria said, "Isn't there something you need to go in the kitchen to cook?" Then Priscilla swole up like she was about to do something, but she didn't do anything. Richard had to come and pull her apart. See, this is the first fight that should have ensued like 3 seasons ago. Why hasn't this happened yet? Then Eli is frazzled. He's freaking out. He don't know what to do. And Max decided to step in and say, "Hey, we need to go ahead and take you to the Oval, you and your wife." But Simone didn't want to go, but Victoria sure did. Then Donald had to remind everyone that the press doesn't know anything about what's going on, and he wants to keep it that way. Then he went into his normal mode of telling everybody what to do and what not to do in this case. They've cut all the phone lines and blocked all the entrances and the exits at the White House. Then Sam started throwing his weight around, but Bobby didn't like that, but he kept it cool. Then Eli is still standing here like a deer in the headlights. He's still in disbelief. So Kyle and Alan literally had to take him out of there before he popped a blood vessel or something. So Victoria tried to go too, but Donald stopped her and told her that they needed to call her father. She said that she wanted to call her dad, but Eli wouldn't let her. Maybe he just thought it was a bad idea and that he could handle everything, but clearly that's not the case. Then we move back to Hunter's bedroom where Isaac is so surprised that they've cut the phone lines. And is anybody gonna change Hunter's blanket? I mean, who wants to sit there with blood, someone else's blood, all over their lap? But the phone situation is not as bad as they pretend to be, because at least some of them can call out, but Hunter and them can't. Of course. Jason is shocked and surprised that this little shootout incident at the White House is not on the news. Do y'all see this? Hunter's ear is bleeding. How is this happening? Because Trump's ear was bleeding. Remember? Like, this was such a big thing. It's so big, I'm gonna leave this right where it is. Okay? So now Hunter is telling Jason to show Isaac how to get around the White House through the tunnels to get the press up there. Isaac doesn't think that it's a good idea, but Hunter convinced him that it is. Then Jason was like, "Dad, I don't think that I can do that." And Hunter was like, "Oh yeah, yes you can. You know this place better than anybody." So he got everyone to leave the room so that Jason could tell him why he can't show Isaac how to get through the tunnels. And Jason said that he couldn't show him because he has secrets in those tunnels. Oh Lord, I cannot wait to see what this is. Jason's probably hiding tombs, dead bodies, aliens. There's no telling. So Hunter said he doesn't care what Jason's hiding in the tunnels. He said that his mom is downstairs and they can control the narrative. And if that happens, then he's indeed leaving that White House. Then Jason is going to be stuck with Victoria. So Jason's like, "Okay, yeah, I'll show you." Then we move into the Oval Office where Eli is still panicking and these two can't seem to shut up. Then Victoria stepped over to Eli to let him know that he should let Donald take the lead. And then Eli was like, "Why? Do you not think I can handle this?" And I'm sitting here like, of course you can't. You're panicking. You got men in the hallways bleeding out. You can't stop your wife and your mistress from bickering. And Hunter is in his bedroom planning on how he's going to get out of this situation. So no, you can't handle anything. Handle yourself, Eli. Try that for just a moment. And we're also finding out here that her father knows exactly what's been going on. Whew, the plot thickens. So Eli left the room and Victoria is sitting there talking to Simone about how weak he he is. And Simone is sitting here still crying. I'm like, girl, get a backbone. He's really pissing me off in this episode. Sorry. Like, why are we even talking to Victoria? Simone's sitting here acting as if she just found out about their affair. And Victoria is like, are we still on that? And she told Simone that she can leave at any time she wanted to, and that she'd send Eli home soon. I can't with her. Victoria told her that her residency is only temporary, and she told Victoria that once all of this blows over, that she will no longer be the first lady. But Victoria assured her that she will always be in power. Then Simone admitted to her that she saw Jason upstairs when all of this ruckus was going on, and she told Victoria that she better hope that Jason cannot talk. And we've got to remember that Simone is working with the FBI, so I wonder what she's going to do with this information. So Eli finally made it up to Donald's office. Then Donald convinced him to trust him with the chaos that's going on. Donald had to remind him, this is what I do. And even though Eli is over there putting himself down, saying that what he did was non-presidential. He said that he was nervous, he was scared, he freaked out. Donald reminded him that he's got everything under control. Then I guess we could take what Eli said next as an apology, and Donald was like, don't even worry about it. So I guess they're best friends now. And Eli was like, what do we do now? Donald said that it's only a matter of time before Hunter can go without drugs and women. So this is what they're banking on. Then here comes Dale calling Alan at the office, and he wants to know when Alan plans to come home because he's got something special to tell him. Then Kyle walked in on their conversation thinking that Alan is trying to hit on Dale. And Dale was like, man, I don't know how many more times I gotta tell you I'm not like that. Well, he didn't really say all of that, but that's what he meant to say. Then Dale got a little tight. He's really pissed off at Kyle. But Donald had to come in there and break it up. It's a very, very intense situation at this White House. Kyle told Dale that he'd better be there when he gets off work. And Lord, poor Dale. We're gonna see where he goes in just a few minutes. Okay, so now we've made it to the kitchen where we have Priscilla and Richard. And she's trying to convince Richard that she can go up and talk Hunter down. And he was like, well, why do you even care? And she told him, this is what we do. We're supposed to care. So we have to remember that Priscilla and Richard are also a part of the CIA. And I really, really, really wish that they would move on with this storyline, because they keep telling us that all these inside people at the White House are connected, but nothing is happening. Simone is connected. Richard and Priscilla are connected. I mean, they're actual plants, for Pete's sake. So Richard is very concerned now about his friend going up to see Hunter. And she was like, oh, don't worry about that, because Hunter is an F-boy. She said once he finds out that it's her that's coming to see him, that they're just going to let her in, no problem. But she says she's going to go and talk to Eli first. So Eli is still chopping it up with Donald when Victoria came in, gloating about her time spent with Simone down in the Oval. So Eli decided to excuse himself so that he can go and be with his wife. Now Victoria and Donald are coming up with a plan to get Hunter to come down, which of course they decided to use drugs and women. They figured he only has a limited supply upstairs, so he's gonna have to come down pretty soon. And what's really surprising me in this scene is Victoria still thinks she's in charge. She still thinks she's the first lady and that she's the boss. The nerve of her. So Dale made his way over to the Halsons. And Nancy was like, Sharon ain't here. Dale said, well, yeah, I know. Well, I just need somewhere to stay tonight. Nancy told him that Barry was dead and he could have his room. Dale was like, nah, I don't think I need to stay in his room. She told Dale that since she's going through a divorce and that Barry was gone, she needed somebody that she could take care of so that she can make him some greens and taters. Okay, so in our final scene, we have everybody strategizing, trying to figure out how to get Hunter out of the White House. Bobby and Max have set the booby traps, and Sam wants to take a different approach. He wants to use gas, and let it come all up through the vents like they did on the Queen's Men. Then they went back and forth arguing about who was in charge. So then Priscilla came to the door. She told Eli that she wants to go up and talk to Hunter. She said that Hunter trusts her and she's confident that she can get him to come down. Then Sam was like, no, you're not going up there. You're not going to risk your life. And Bobby echoed his sentiment. And now everybody's wondering, why is Bobby so concerned? And Victoria said the only reason that Hunter wants to see you is because you have a big old black girl ghetto booty. Then Sam tried to push his weight around again, telling Priscilla that she's not gonna go upstairs. But we know she ain't listening to that. So he was like, you're not gonna go up there. And Bobby was like, no, you're not going. Victoria chiming in again, why are you so concerned about her safety? Then he's trying to brush it off as if, oh, this is just my job. And Sam was like, well, your job is all over the place, sir. Sam was like, I'm sick and tired of this mother motherfucker. Bobby was like, do something about it then. And they're trying to stop Priscilla from going upstairs. And Bobby is constantly calling her name. Sam was like, you keep my wife's name out of your motherfucking mouth. Oh, he channeled Will Smith real good on that one. Then Priscilla tried to move in on Victoria once again, but nothing happened. Then everybody's getting into it. They're going back and forth. And Sam is still over here cussing like a sailor. And Eli was like, hey, show my wife some respect. Then Sam said, I'm giving your wife more respect than he is right now. Talking about Bobby. Then Eli was like, oh, what is that supposed to mean? And Max tried to stop it. He tried to stop that train from jumping off its track. Then Simone jumped in. Oh, don't stop now. And Bobby could not leave well enough alone. And boom, Sam told it. Then Eli stood up. He was like, what? Huh? What? And I'm like, sit your scary, non-presidential panic attack ass down. Like, just stop. You have no room to talk, sir. None. End scene. Well, that's it, lovely people. That is the recap of Tyler Perry's The Oval, Season 6, Episode number 1. Keep your eyes open and your ears peeled back for more storyline breakdowns right here on Ruthless TV. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You know I'd appreciate it. And if you're a fan of Tyler Perry's The Oval, go ahead and sub to the channel for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, you guys, and I'm going to see you on the next one.